Hey everybody, it is your good pal Super Mario Piano 3, and I want to talk to you all about E3 2021. And I know what you're all thinking. Aren't I late to the party? I mean, it's been over a month. I know it's been over a month, but I still want to share my 2 cents with you guys on what has happened throughout E3 and what has stood out to me the most. So I'm not going to go over everything that was announced throughout E3. I'm just going to go over the ones that have stuck out to me the most, whether it's something I'm excited or something I'm not so excited about or something I'm a little skeptical about. So with that out of the way, let's get started with the first one, Ubisoft. Now, I want to get this out of the way first because I really don't want to get this whole thing more dramatic because I was thinking about literally like not giving Ubisoft any support considering the fact that the company has been confirmed that there's full of Harvey Weinsteins. But there are, innocent people, and I figured maybe they deserve the money too. They're just working their asses off, and meanwhile, those people in the higher ups are just being fucking shady as shit. And not to mention, there are a lot of good games out there, and I do want to give these guys some support. So, with that out of the way, let's discuss the first one that was announced, which was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction. What the fuck? I mean, did you look at the reception of Ghost Recon Breakpoint and think to yourselves, oh man, we gotta get people to love the Tom Clancy games again. What can we do? What can we do? What can we add to this franchise that is known for being grounded and having a bit of believability and not quite, I shouldn't say realism, but like I said, a bit of believability. Aliens! Fucking aliens. Now, I'm not gonna pretend I'm sort of like hardcore Tom Clancy nerd or something like that, but I do know that Tom Clancy's novels or anything under Tom Clancy's name has like some sort of like not again I wouldn't say realism, but there's a lot of believability in terms of like its characters, its locations, its settings, and the dialogue, but aliens. I don't see how this would be taking any steps forward after the abysmal release of Breakpoint. If anything, I get this here Tom Clancy just rolling in his grave right now. I don't know why Ubisoft think this would be a good decision. I know I should be judging a game, until it comes out, but this is Tom Clancy we're talking here. And this is not the way to go with his name. It just looks absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, it has become a joke now. I mean, it's safe to say that this is jumping the shark now. Similar how Fast and Furious is jumping the shark by sending the franchise into fucking space and shit. I mean, it's just borderline insanity. So yeah, I am really not looking forward to this. A lot of Tom Clancy games have been, dwindling down in terms of quality. I mean, the last good one I can think of is, Wildlands post-release, thanks to that Predator DLC. But other than that, there's really not much. Oh, and of course there's Division 2. That was a decent, follow-up to the mediocre Division 1. But, I just don't see them making a comeback with Rainbow Six Extraction. I just don't. I don't think it's possible. Alright, next one to talk about is Riders Republic. Now, I myself was surprised by how excited I am about this game because this looks like, Crash Team Racing and Diddy Kong Racing and like, oh my god, there's more to this game than just racing against your opponents. This game looks so fucking awesome. Like, you get to explore the environments, not just race against your opponents. So I'm just really looking forward to Riders Republic. I hope this game delivers. I hope it's please don't be like a certain other Ubisoft, mediocre Ubisoft racing franchise. The Crew! Please be better. Please be good. Please be good. I want this one to be good. Please be good. Don't disappoint with Riders Republic, Ubisoft. Don't disappoint. Alright, next one is Just Dance 22. Next. Alright, Far Cry 6. Now, I'm just gonna say right now, I love the shit out of Far Cry 3. It is one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. I love this game so much. And Far Cry 6 looks like it could have the same level of fun, enjoyment, and just out of this world craziness as Far Cry 3. And I love Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4 is pretty cool too. But Far Cry 3 to me is like the best of the Far Cry series. And then after that, well, after Far Cry 4, the series kind of dwindled down a bit. I mean, Far Cry 5 was okay, but then there was Far Cry Primal. Who the hell remembers that one? Far Cry 6 looks like it could bring the series, back in full force. I'm mostly excited for this game because, of one man, two words, Giancarlo Esposito. I'm a big Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul nerd, so I am really looking forward to this game, mostly because and is it kind of coincidental that the Far Cry series has a hard-on for Breaking Bad actors? I mean, first we have Nacho as Voss in Far Cry 3, and that was before a few years before Better Call Saul. I would not be surprised if they casted him as Nacho because of his performance as Voss. And now we have Gus Fring in this game. I'm really hoping that Giancarlo Esposito could bring us a captivating villain rather than just being like, "Hey, I'm Gus in a in a Far Cry game." That's what I'm hoping. And so far, I've seen the trailer. It looks to be a different type of Giancarlo Esposito villain performance. I'm hoping he delivers because Far Cry is known for its awesome villains. So I'm really hoping that this one will be great. I really hope. Please do not disappoint, Ubisoft. Please do not disappoint. And alright, here's another exciting one. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I love the first Mario and Rabbids game because it's like a great use of strategy and RPG elements. I feel like this is the next real RPG Mario series. I mean, let's be honest, guys. The Paper Mario series, it's dead to us. It's pretty much dead to us. They keep making the Paper Mario games that they forget why Paper Mario is great. No, I think Mario and Rabbids is the real new Mario RPG series that we need at this moment. And this one looks like it has more of an open world feel to it compared to the first Mario Rabbids game. So I'm really looking forward to this, and especially the return of Grant fucking Kirkhope returning to compose. He's one of my favorite composers of all time. And this is coming from a guy who really can't stand the fucking Rabbids. I really hate the Rabbids, and hogging, all of Rayman's fame, making us feel like, Rayman is no longer a Ubisoft mascot. But anyway, I love the first Mario Rabbids game. I hope this one will be just as good. And the last one that Ubisoft talked about, well, not really talked about, but showcased to us, is an Avatar game. Now, this one I did not expect. Yeah, there was an Avatar game, but that one came off as like just another movie license game to promote the movie. This one, though, seems to be a little different. I'm pretty sure it won't be just to promote Avatar 2. I mean, what? They're gonna delay Avatar 2 God knows how many times. Interesting. Now, I'm not really a big fan of Avatar. I think it's an overrated movie. I know. It's an overused thing to talk about when discussing Avatar. Everyone calls it overrated, but I really do think it's an overrated movie. I mean, sure, it's one of the most beautiful looking movies of all time, though. If only the characters are as well established as the environment itself. And I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that James Cameron will be involved in this project. Maybe he is. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it is his franchise after all. So maybe James Cameron will be involved in this just as much as Trey Parker and Matt Stone were heavily involved in the South Park RPG titles. That's what I'm hoping to see. And I'm hoping this game delivers. And this is coming from some guy who doesn't even care about the first Avatar yet. I have the Blu-ray anyway because, well, as a Blu-ray collector, it's one of those movies where I'm not allowed to not own. Let's put it that way, if that makes any sense to you guys. So yeah, that's Ubisoft. Now let's talk about Microsoft / Bethesda. Yeah, that's right, because, Bethesda's been bought by Microsoft, which I would say I'm hoping Bethesda gets better because they're bought by Microsoft. But then again, Microsoft, you know how Microsoft is with a certain company that they purchased. The first one they talk about is something I did not expect at all, was Starfield. I'm just gonna say this, guy. I don't know too much about based on that one trailer. I mean, sure, there's some gameplay, and it is going to be an RPG. I'm hoping this game will actually be good and not rushed, and won't be the next meme game from Bethesda after Fallout 76 times the detail. That's what I'm calling that fucking thing. The only thing that kind of worries me is that this clown is involved. And also that kind of worries me is that maybe Bethesda probably still won't update their engine software. And they'll probably once again rely on the modding community to make the game better, even though they're the ones who made the product. They should make the game, as good as they should make it good. It's really annoying that Bethesda would continue to be this way. I'm hoping they would, fix themselves. Someday they really need to get their heads out of their asses. And speaking of Bethesda not being able to get their heads out of their asses, they've announced two updates to Fallout 76. Really, Bethesda? Really? I mean, Fallout 76 was already a bad game from the start. Everyone knows that. It was shit at launch. I wouldn't mind them continuing updating the game, like how, remember how Final Fantasy 14 started terrible? It was fucking terrible. But then Square didn't give up and continued updating the game and making significant improvements. Bethesda did not make any improvements at all with this game. In fact, they made it worse. They made the situation worse with the release of Fallout 76 first. We had to pay $100 a fucking year for this game. I don't see how they would think that this would fix things. They would outright fix things. And of course, after that, they did make an update, which a lot of people say is a bit better, but it's not like, oh, you're playing a different game now. It's still like the same glitchy, buggy, crashy mess that it was. And I don't know what Bethesda, come on, Bethesda. I'm just going to say this right now. It's time to drop Fallout 76, okay? People are not really playing this game anymore. And don't lie to us. Don't lie to us by saying, oh, the Fallout 76 community is growing stronger than ever. No, it's not. It's not, Bethesda, okay? It's fucking not. People are playing Sea of Thieves right now. That's getting better updates. And people are playing Destiny 2 more than fucking Fallout 76. And as you know, they're still playing Final Fantasy 14 online. Not enough people are playing Fallout 76, Bethesda, okay? Look, it's time to drop the game. Just put the game out of its misery, okay? Stop making updates. Nobody really cares anymore. It's done. It was a funny meme when it happened, but now it's just like watching, a pathetic train wreck. A train just asks to be put together, but it can't be put together. No matter how much you paint it, give any coats of paints, it's still a broken train, okay? It's still a broken train. Just put the game out of its misery and keep your attention focused on Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, okay? No more Fallout 76, Bethesda, okay? It's done, okay? Just no more. Just drop the game already. All right, next game to talk about is Stalker 2. Now, I don't really know much about the first Stalker game, mostly because it's a PC exclusive and I was more console heavy than PC heavy. This game does look pretty fun, interesting, kind of unique for our first-person shooter games. Also kind of a survival horror game. It looked pretty creepy. The trailer looked pretty creepy. And it's being released on console too, on Xbox One and Xbox Series X. And if they're releasing that on console, maybe they'll release the first Stalker on console to get, newcomers into the series. That would be great. Alright, next one is Back for Blood. I am so fucking excited for that one because, I love games like, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and Dead Rising 2, and Left 4 Dead 2, where these are zombie games that are just having fun. They are so satirical at what they're doing. They're just having a blast, being funny, being creative, and not taking themselves so seriously at all. And this one is from the creators of Left 4 Dead, so I'm hyped. I'm fucking hyped for this one. I hope this one is fun. Alright, next up is 12 Minutes. There's really not much to say. There's no gameplay. Well, not really gameplay, unless maybe that overhead view is the gameplay aspect of it. But I guess what really intrigues me is the game has James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe. So basically the plot is Charles Xavier and Ray are being arrested by Norman Osborn. That's enough to get me intrigued about this game. I really hope this game delivers and not just, hey, we got these actors. Sort of like how Cyberpunk 2077 was like, hey, we got Keanu Reeves, and look how that game turned out. But I'm getting sidetracked here. 12 Minutes looks fun. I hope it's good. Alright, now let's talk about Halo Infinite. I'm really looking forward to Halo Infinite. I hope I hope this game delivers because I love the Halo franchise. Minus Halo 5. This is the one thing I'm concerned about. This better be an improvement over Halo 5. I mean, this game promises that it's a Master Chief only story. Fuck Locke. Nope, go away, Locke. Nobody cared about you in Halo 5. Nobody cared about you, okay? Nobody cared about you. I hope this game delivers. I hope it's a great addition to the Halo series. And the one thing I'm really concerned about is, you know, I don't want them just bringing back Cortana just for the sake of bringing back Cortana. I mean, if you played Halo 4, you remember what her fate was. So I'm really concerned about how Cortana would fit in this game. Or how managed to bring her back. And I hope it's not for the sake of, hey, you missed Cortana! I hope this game develops Master Chief more as a character because in each game, minus Halo 2, which is more of an Arbiter story than Master Chief's story, Master Chief has grown a lot of character development, which made him become one of my favorite video game protagonists of all time. Yes, even in Halo 4! I love Halo 4, shut the fuck up. I'm really hoping that this game expands upon, you know, his character arc. I really hope it does. Alright, next one to talk about here is Outer Worlds 2. I know nothing has really been shown, but I'm still excited for it because I love the Outer Worlds. It is one of my favorite RPGs of the 2010s decade. It's Obsidian, you know, basically giving Bethesda the middle finger for how they treated them, and also basically Obsidian just laughing at them for their abysmal release of Fallout 76, going, oh my god, Fallout 76 first? You're just digging your graves even deeper. Boom! Here's Outer Worlds, bitch! For me, Outer Worlds is the better Fallout. It's the better Fallout. And I'm really hoping that Outer Worlds 2 is just as good as the first one. I hope it is. I really hope it's good. Alright, we're done with Microsoft here. Now let's talk about Square Enix. This one was kind of odd, really. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I love the majority of the games that they showcased, but I wish they didn't, you know, go into so much detail about some mobile shit that we don't give a shit about. I mean, I'm sure there are mobile, you know, fans you're looking forward to that. I mean, like, well, there's like only a few hundred of them, but, you know, this is E3, should be like the big shit, you know, just like all the console exclusive titles, you know, but they spend a little too much focus on mobile games. I mean, there's not really so much to go into detail on, really. Let's first discuss the big one. One I'm really excited about is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, Square. You got me. I mean, I really don't want this one to be like last year's Avengers game, which, unsurprisingly, you're trying to make updates to, but I'm pretty sure people have already dropped from that game just as soon as it came out. Even though I think Peter Quill looks nothing like Peter Quill at all, the gameplay looks promising. It's like Marvel's version of Mass Effect. And from what they showcased, even though they spent a little too much time on that game, it did show enough promise to get me hyped. I'm begging you. Please don't let this one disappoint. Please don't let this one disappoint, Square. I mean, so far you had a pretty bad start with the Marvel license. I hope this one is a big improvement. Please let this one be better. Please let this one be good. And it comes out this year, surprisingly. They better not rush it. I swear to God, they better not rush this one, just like how they rushed the Avengers. Don't let me down, Square. Don't fucking let me down. Alright, so next one here is like a new addition to the Life is Strange series. Life is Strange 2 True Colors. I really like the first Life is Strange game. It seems to be like Square Enix's most grounded game they've ever made, even though they publish it and develop it. But it's still like, you know, the type of game you don't really think of when you think of Square Enix, but it's still a very fun game, actually. I haven't played the other Life is Strange games, but I'm hoping this one is good. And the last one I want to talk about, something I'm really excited for. It's disappointing they didn't showcase Final Fantasy 16, although I did not expect that game to show up here at all, because it's a fucking Final Fantasy game, especially in this generation. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they took a long time with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I knew they weren't going to showcase Final Fantasy 16. I knew they weren't going to showcase that game at all. However, they did make it up with this trailer of Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, which is like a prequel to the first Final Fantasy game. I'm surprised it's not called Final Fantasy Zero. It looks like Final Fantasy Type Zero, just like being like, overly, gritty and violent, really going for that M rating. That's what this game looks like it's going for. Like the same type of feel as Final Fantasy Type Zero. But, as a huge, Final Fantasy fan, as you can see by my shirt right here, and as a big RPG nut, especially for Square, I'm excited. I hope this game is great. I hope this game is fun. It looks amazing. I hope this game doesn't let me down. All right, next one on the list is Capcom. What the fuck was that? No, seriously. What the fuck was that? Because what I saw, that was not an E3 presentation at all. That was just an overly long promotion for fucking esports. What the fuck was that, Capcom? This is your first E3 presentation! And this is what you give us? Are you shitting me? The only thing that... Okay, I guess I should go over what they showcase first. Okay, first off, an update on Resident Evil Village. I'm glad they didn't spend too long on that one. They spent like under a minute, and boom, that's it. Move on to the next game. And which is what everyone should do when announcing updates to certain games that have already been released. Just don't take too long. So maybe a minute or two, and then that's it. Move on to the next one. And then there's Monster Hunter Stories 2, which, by the way, is the only officially new game from Capcom that they've announced. And it's a side game to the Monster Hunter series. What? And along with that, they announced some updates on Monster Hunter Rise. They really spent so much time on that one. I mean, holy shit. Really? Really? And then they announced, okay, this is the one that I was excited for at first. I was excited for this one at first. Okay, The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Okay, so they announced that they're porting 2 Ace Attorney games that were exclusive to Japan for over a decade, and they're bringing it here to America on the Switch. And I was like, oh, hell yes, new Ace Attorney. Love the Ace Attorney series. But here's the problem, though. They spent 10 fucking minutes on this shit. 10 minutes. They just go way too much into detail on these games, especially considering there's really not much you could go to in this, and not to mention you're just revealing spoilers about this game that you're hyping up. What's the point? You're just revealing shit, and it's not to mention this is a visual novel series. You don't need to spend 10 minutes on a goddamn visual novel series. You could have just said, oh hey, look, we're porting 2 Ace Attorney games that were exclusive to Japan over here in America on the Switch. Here's the release date. Moving on to the next game. Oh, whoa, sorry. Did I just say next game as if I said they talked about something else after, spending 10 fucking minutes on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles? Nope. Because after that, they went on to goddamn esports. 3 games they announced. And then after that, they just spend the rest of the press conference on esports. What the hell was that, Capcom? Seriously, what the hell was that? Now, I would not mind this. If this is what they want to do, okay, fine, sure, whatever. But this is E3 here, guys. Show us the big stuff. Bring your A game. This is your first ever press conference. And after this abysmal press conference, which everybody fucking hated, I think this pretty much just killed their chances of ever having another press conference ever again. And here's the thing though, guys. This was the press conference that I was excited for the most. I was looking forward to this press conference the most because I love Capcom. I love Capcom to death. Especially the Capcom in today's day and age. We're like, hey guys, we're the Capcom you love again. We're no longer the microtransaction jizzing, Mega Man neglecting Capcom that you all loathe. No, we're the real Capcom delivering the goods again. Devil May Cry 5, Resident Evil 7 and the 2 remake, Resident Evil Village, Mega Man 11. We're awesome again, guys. This is not one of their best moments at all. In fact, I'm going to go as far as say I think this will go down in history along with Sony's E3 in 2006, Nintendo's E3 in 2008, Activision's E3 in 2007, and Konami's E3 in 2010 as one of the worst E3s I have ever witnessed. One of the worst E3s of all time. I am very disappointed in you, Capcom. Really, I am. And if you ever do another press conference next year, which, after this, it's highly doubtful, don't you ever do this again, Capcom. I'm serious, don't you ever do this again. Okay. Rant over. Now let's talk about the last one, which is Nintendo. So the first one they announced is Kazuya from the Tekken series and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as Challenger Pack 10. You know, now the second to last, Fire Pass 2, which will unfortunately be the last Fire Pass that Sakurai himself has confirmed. And just to let you guys know, yes, I purchased Kazuya, and I'm gonna say this right now, speaking as a casual Tekken fan, I only have the first 3 Tekken games on PlayStation. They're really fun games, by the way, really fun games. Kazuya's a fucking beast. Yeah, I've been playing as Kazuya, and he's a really unique fighter compared to Ryu and Terry Bogard, and I guess Ken, even though Ken is an echo of Ryu. But I really like his playstyle, and I really like the stage, and I really love all the music tracks from pretty much every Tekken game ever made. Seriously, Sakurai gave so much love to Tekken, although he is a fighting game nut hugger, so it's really no shock. But yeah, I really love playing as Kazuya, and whoever the last character is, it better end Smash Ultimate's development cycle on a high note. It better end on a good note, Sakurai. Sora, please? Sora? Please, Sora? Alright, what's next? You know, what's a Nintendo Direct or E3 Direct without Nintendo announcing, hey, you know that highly popular M-rated franchise that was never on our consoles because of the limited power we have on our previous consoles? Well, now we're bringing it to the Switch, and the next target is Life is Strange. I really did not expect Life is Strange to be the next highly popular M-rated series that would get the Nintendo treatment. I always like seeing Nintendo trying to keep up with a lot of titles that they've been missing out on because the Wii U and the Wii didn't have enough power to support said games. But yeah, I'm happy to play Life is Strange on the go. Hell yeah, I'm down for that. And then there's Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Now, I want to say this right now, guys. I grew up on Super Monkey Ball. Super Monkey Ball 2 in particular. But there haven't been really any Monkey Ball games that were able to live up to the success of Super Monkey Ball or Super Monkey Ball 2. So I don't really have this much expectations for this one. It's like, it feels like Sega is making a new Super Monkey Ball game without much passion or much care. It's like they made a new Super Monkey Ball game because they're like, oh my god, that's right, we did Super Monkey Ball, okay, here you go, boom, there, okay, push on stores, okay, what's the next Sonic game we can do, okay, what's next? So I don't really have very much hopes for this next Monkey Ball title, I really don't. And then they announced Mario Party Superstars. And so far from what I've seen, this looks so much like what Mario Party Top 100 should have been. Which, by the way, if you want to know my thoughts on it, Mario Party Top 100 is one of the worst, maybe top 3 or top 2 worst Mario Party titles ever made. But here in this one, though, it looks like it has a majority of the minigames that everyone loves, everyone remembers, although you still have Tug of War in there from the first game. You better include Bombs Away. You better include Bombs Away. I don't care if it's Mario Party 1 Bombs Away or Mario Party 2 Bombs Away. Well, actually, I gotta prefer Mario Party 2 Bombs Away. Either way, include Bombs Away and Platform Peril. This will also include boards from the Nintendo 64 era of Mario Party. Awesome, like that. And it will have 100, mini games. And so far, they're mini games that fans love. So, hopefully this will be a great return to form for the Mario Party series. And it's got an expanded roster, unlike Mario Party Top 100. So, hopefully, this one can deliver. I hope this one is great. And the next one to talk about here, I'm saying this one for last. Metroid Dread. I was expecting Metroid Prime 4 to be announced here because they keep skipping Metroid Prime 4. Although they did say that we're saying no, we're still making Metroid Prime 4. We're still making Metroid Prime 4. But in the meantime, here's something that I'm pretty sure a lot of you are excited for more, which is an actual new installment in the mainline Metroid series. Something that I thought we would never get after what we got in 2010. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to say this right now, guys. I had fun with Metroid Other M. Gameplay-wise. Story-wise, it was like the worst soap opera imaginable. There's nowhere to go but up in terms of story. And Metroid Dread is bringing back, the 2D feel of the Metroid series. And this looks like it will have the haunting atmosphere feel like a Metroid Fusion did. This one, oh my god, this one better be great. I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope this one delivers. God dang it, Nintendo. Thank you. Finally, a new Metroid game. And I hope this one is great. I hope this one is just as good as Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion. I hope this one is just as good. So that's it for E3 2021, guys. Tell me down below in the comments, what did you think of E3 2021? And what were some of the standout titles that you're excited for? Comment below and let me know. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Super Mario 3, and I'll see you guys next time.